Hello, my name is Luis Perel. I'm here to share my final projects with you. For my final project, I decided to make a text adventure game called My Dungeon Explorer to explore random dungeons, having events in those dungeons. So, uh, right now, I have four rooms and these random encounters in my dungeons. One is being a treasure room, a healing room, a storeroom, and a random encounter with three different types of enemies. So one of those three, a goblin, a man bat, or a lizard person. Um, I also have two extra encounters in this game. Uh, both of them are kind of locked out until the players reach the right uh, prerequisites to those rooms. So I have a golem one, and then I have a main boss. For the main boss, in order to enter that room, you need a key, and then for the goblin, the golem room, not the goblin room, you need to have at least three enemies defeated in order to enter this room. And in that room, it's actually instead of a fight, it is a riddle, and you have to solve the riddle. And then for the boss room, it's just you fight the boss. If you win, uh, you beat the dungeon and it ends the program. Now, if you lose or your character dies throughout the dungeon, the game ends and you lose. It says game over. That's it. This is my main screen right now, into the dungeon. So you got options here. So you have directions from left, right, or back in your main entrance. Um, and then you have, if you press I, you can see your inventory. And then if you press Q, it would end the game for you. So if I press Q, ask me to thank you for playing, exits the game. And then if I enter here, it tells me welcome to the Dungeon Explorers. And then it tells me I am in the dark dungeon. This is where entrances, and I have a choice between left, right, or back. So I'll press I, show you my little inventory. So for my character, he has 100 health, 50 gold, and three potions. Those are default settings. And then it tells me I have zero enemies defeated. Once I have three, I can do this option, another option, and then I can go into the room, to another room. So with the golem, I can use a potion to heal myself. I'm gonna say no for right now, and then it will tell me if I have any weapons or armor equipped. So right now I have no weapon equipped and no armor equipped. For this right now, I'll show you that if I press the back uh, option, or right back, it will tell me I don't have enough enemies defeated to enter this room. So the room's locked out for me. So I only have options of going left and right for right now. So if I go left, I should encounter one of the four rooms. So my first room I encounter would be the treasure room. I get a plus 30 to my gold. So in total, I'll have 80, sorry. 50 is my start, 30, 80 gold. And it tells me I found boots of the Pathfinder. So the boots, they get pulled from my Excel file of weapons and armors that I wrote into the Excel file of the type of weapons, the name, the weapon, the armor, if they're common, non-common, and then they'll have attack power on or defense powers. And some of them will have special effects. Right now, I don't have any of those say yet for my code, but for right now, I just have it what type of rarity it is and what type of name. Sooner or later, I kind of want to add those on to the game. So right now, I want to equip my boots I found. So if I go back to my inventory and I'll say no, it should tell me I have boots of the Pathfinder that's equipped and it says it's uncommon, so I can sell it back for 60 gold if whenever I add the option to sell. So right now, let's go back to another room. I found the treasure room again. This time it's a weapon, so I'll just equip it and then we'll go right. And I found an enemy right now. A man bat appears as I face him. He has 25 health. So I have four options: attack, run, sneak, or use my potions. So right now my player health is at 100 and my enemy's health is about 25. I'm going to use this option right now. So if I use sneak, it'll randomize my attack between 1 to 20 and then multiply it by 2. However, I could only use sneak once, so throughout the game. So if I use sneak, it did 36 damage and the enemy was defeated. So now I have a count of one. So for the next stuff, I gotta find another one. So let's go right. Let's see if we can find another option. So here we have a store. In my store, we'll sell four items. One is for the health potion, so for 10 gold, weapons for 50 gold, armors for 50 gold, and then an exit, right? Uh, in my inventory, I should have a Spear of Broken Dawn, and then the Boots of the Pathfinder. However, I'm going to buy a potion, so I'll press one, and then it should have three potions, so then I should have four. So right now it tells me I have four, and then I'm gonna buy a weapon, and then it tells me I bought the Frostbitten Warhammer, and I'm gonna choose the four option four to leave. So I'm back into this room, and if I press I, it tells me I have 50 gold left. I have one enemy defeated, four potions, full health. I'm not gonna heal it just yet. Um, and then now I have the Boots of Pathfinders, and then Frostbitten Warhammer as my weapon, as the what I bought from the store. So let's see. Say no. Um, okay. We got another store. All right. So we found another enemy. So we have back to the same options. So if I do sneak, it'll tell me I've already used my sneak attack from the previous battle, but the lizard person still did 12 damage, right? So he has a random quantity of attack between 1 to 11 and then plus 1. And since my character's base defense is 5, it'll subtract the 12 from the 5, so I only take 7 damage. And then let's see. Let's just say I used attack. So now I attacked for 7. Again, he has a base of 5, so it subtracts 5 to 7, it'd be 2. So I take 2 damage. He does a 5, I block it all. Um, so then I'll attack one more time. And then I have now he has 18 still. I took a little bit more damage. Let's just use a potion. And then it'll heal me. He did 15, so there's 10, so I'm back to 90. And then let's do another attack. And then we'll run. So my run failed. So I still take 10 damage plus the extra damage that the lizard person does. Let's do another run animation. So I ran away. However, since I ran away, it tells me I ran away successfully. It still ups my enemies defeated to 2. I need to go back and fix that. But for right now, I'll just cast my count up. So if I go to my inventory, I'm just gonna use one of my potions, and then I should be healed. So I go back to I have 100 of 100. Two potions left because I used one during battle and then one during my inventory. And now if I go left, I'll see if I can encounter the last room. Show you. Uh, And then it looks like I'm just chipping away. So he's defeated. Let's do, we have three. So let's see if I can find this last room. But it doesn't look like it wants to show itself. I, all right. So then let's do one more time. Okay. Then uh, so let's just die. So, oh, well, I guess I survived. And then, okay, this was probably where I died. So the last room, if you encounter, no, let's just say no. Okay, so it took a while. I got defeated. My character died, so it ended the game. So let's just load it back up, and then I'll see if I can find this room. So right here, this is the last room. So the last room is the healing pool. It should heal you back up to full restoration, and then it goes back into the game. So I guess I didn't want to show. However, I was going to show you this last room. So right here, I have it set up. So if I go to my inventory, I have 76 health. I have three enemies defeated. So I'll say no, no armor or anything like that. So if I go back to this room, it should let me go in because I met the three requirements, and it should tell me a riddle. So I get into the room, it passes through, and it says a riddle. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? So, let's see. Let me remember what it is. Okay. So right here, I had my riddle here. It says the more you take, the more you leave behind. It's footsteps. But however, I'm going to say it's fire, right? I should take 5 health of damage, and then it'll keep the count. So if I failed it 3 times, it'll keep chipping my health, and then it'll kick me out and reset my enemies defeated back to zero, and it won't let me back into this room. So let's just do footstep. Footsteps. Oh, okay. So footsteps. So right now, it told me I was correct. Um, because I was correct, it automatically gives you the boss key. So now I have the boss key, and it's telling me I can go forward to the Dark Lord. So if I go forward, um, right here, uh, it tells me I enter the room, and it's another boss fight. After you defeat the boss, the game will end. So let's see if I can finish. And then let's see. Okay. So he was defeated. And it says congratulations, and then the game ends. So that is the little play of the game. Let's go. I'm gonna walk through a little bit of the code. So here, I kind of use little exports to read my Excel file. So if I go over here, I'll show you. So I have this X file over here. Like I said, they have their weapons and then their names. Right now, just ignore this. I've been messing with those, but at Turns out that I have it way too high, so I kind of took them out. And then trying to readjust it later. And then I want to add effects. I'll go talk about that right now. So over here, I used a string array for my riddles and the answers. So the first array will be the riddles that it randomly picks, and then that it shows, and then here's going to be the answers for those riddles for the second part of the array. Um, so in my main screen, it has my character, so the hero. So whenever time it talks, the health of my hero, uh, the attack power, the defense, how much gold he starts off with, and potions. And then here is the printout for the dungeon, and then it loads from my CSV file. CSV file. How much enemies are defeated for the int. So my first total will be 0. And then this is the code whenever my character is alive, it will keep going here. Once my character dies, it will go out of the loop, and then it will print out the defeated part. So if he's not alive, he'd be defeated. Game over. So character is me. So over here in my character, I have right here is my person if he's alive. If the health is returned over 0, he's still alive. Once it goes below 0, or right here, it would end the game. Let's see. Where was I? Okay. Right here, they'll print out when you enter the room. If the character has this boss key over here on my saying if it's true, it will offer this prompt, and then he can, in order to go forward, and then he can enter that room with the boss, and then to exit out the room, it'll print out the queue, and in a direction queue, it'll go here and end the game. I will show the inventory and enemies defeated. So if I press I, it will show my inventory here. So it'd be the health, the gold, potions, and enemies defeated. And then here is when it uses the potions, asking if the player wants to use the potion. If it is more than 0, it'll let them use it. If it's not, oh, then yes. Let's see if it's not. Uh, uh, yeah, if it's not, then it'll print out that you don't have any left. If it is, then it'll use it up and consume one of the potions. So over here, I'll print out to show you the potions if you want to use it or not. Right here, it'll pull a weapon from my file and display it here. If it does have one, if it doesn't, it will print out the no weapons. Same thing here with the armor. And then we have your encounters. So I have 4 rooms for encounters. So one's the enemy encounter, the treasure room encounter, and then the healing room, and then the storeroom. So once you enter those rooms, it will pick randomly from these 4, and then enter the room. So over here we have my enemy encounter. So you have 3 different enemies. Here it is. It'll choose one of the 3. So the goblin, the lizard person, or the man bat. It'll randomize the level of it so between 1 to 3. So it just adds 1 to it. So it'll be constantly higher than 2. I'll be higher than 1. And then the level times the 5, and then it will add 15 for the health. So if it's the max, it should be 45. And then right, yeah, 45. And then that's what it's gonna print out whenever you fight this enemy. And then when it prints it out, it'll tell you the enemy has appeared, and then the character's name. So defense of 5, and then the how much gold and stuff. And there's a 0. Uh, and then the combat. So if the player is still alive and defeats it, it'll increment the defeat, and then it prints out the defeated. So that is a little bit here. A little bit if you go a little bit down, Uh, we have the room when it encounters the enemy. Oh no, this is the shop. Sorry. Right here, the combat. So then it'll tell you you're facing your enemy. Uh, so the player faces the enemy. The enemy faces has this much health that it gets from above, and then it'll continue this loop of battle. So if it's alive and the enemy is alive, it will keep looping here. So the player's turn, it'll ask me the prompt of being attack, run, sneak, or the potions. Player's health and an enemy's health will be print out. So then this will keep looping back and forth. So no matter what you choose here. So if it attacks, it'll randomize my player's attack. That is from 20, so 1 to 20 or 0 to 20. Yeah, 1 to 20, and then adds 1. And then it'll attack for how much damage the it'll attack by name, gives the damage total, and then the enemy will take that much damage. And then it breaks, and then it'll swap to my enemy's turn. He will randomize between 1 to 11 plus 5, and then he will attack me for how many damage, and then the player will take the damage, and then whenever the turn's over, it'll switch back over here, and then it'll keep looping. So, and then let's see, if you do the run on animation, it'll choose one of the two. Um, if it's successful, right? If the run is successful, you'll have to exit out of the combat, and it'll print out here. If not, then you it tells you to take 10 damage, and here that takes the 10 damage right here. Um, and then it'll switch back to the enemy's turn, and then you'll take additional damage between the enemy's attacks, and then it'll loop back here. And then for sneak, if you haven't used it, it will calculate here. So then it'll randomize between the power's attack plus 1, and then it times it by 2. It'll tell you how much damage it takes, and then it'll break. Uh, If you've already done it once, it'll print out right here, and then it'll attack it. And then the last part here, this will be the potions. It will use the potion to heal. It'll go back to the part in the beginning and heal. And then over here, it'll go back to the enemy's attack. And then it'll keep looping until one of them is defeated. So if my player is alive, it will print out that I have defeated the enemy. And then if the player loses, they'll put the enemy has defeated the player. And it'll go off and go to print out the game over. So we'll go back up. All right, so right here, this would be the golem encounter after you reach your three enemies. So right now they'll tell you, they'll print out right here the entrance. The golem must like block your entrance. You must solve the riddle. Here would be the first array, so this should be the question, and then this will be the answer for your second array. And then so it'll print out the riddle, and then you have to solve the answer. So while it'll keep looping while this is under or under 3 attempts or 3 attempts and under. So on the fourth attempt, it should after you answer 3 wrong and it goes to going to the fourth, it will kick it out and you'll be kicked out of the room right here. And then it'll reset that enemy's defeated back to 0. And so it will allow you back into the room until you get 3 again, and then it should allow you the room. If you are guessed correctly, you're on the riddle. It should print this out, give you a boss key, and then it'll tell you it's true. It's solved. And then if it isn't solved, it'll be the false right here. Solved be true. And then so over here is the treasure room. It'll print out the treasure chest in the room. It'll give you 30, so add to your player's gold. So the original was 50, adds the 30 back into it, so it'll be 80, and it'll tell you how much gold you found in here. So 30 is found, I'll print out the 30, and then over here will be the added amount. So right here, the item that's found It randomizes the item. So this will find an item in my Excel file with the name and then the rarity. It'll ask you if you want to add this item to your equipment. If you say yes, it adds it to your equipment, and then it prints out like what the weapon that you put in your equipment. Same thing with your armor over here. And then if you say no, you chose not to equip it, and if you did, it'll go and it stays equipped to your inventory. Right here, this is the healing pool for your character. So once you enter the room, it'll heal you back to your max health. So even though the player's health comes lower, it'll switch back to the health, the max health of the character. So back to 100. Um, right here is your storeroom. So you will have four options: one, two, three, four, and then I have a list items array. So this is so that the randomizes just to these three items for uh, both the weapon and then the armor. So I thought this was probably like the most logical choice because I wanted to keep it. This is before I added like the common and everything to it, and then have in my Excel file. But I like the idea of just keeping random like some equipment in the store. So I if I had choices that I wanted to add more to the store, I can. And I don't have to be stuck with a certain like item. So maybe I can just have like two commons and like two epics or a non-common. I like to have this list instead. So it's not all just common, it'll be mixed around, but it does have everything that you can. And same thing with the armor. So there's my list of these are just the possible ones to be in the store. You'll be in this loop for a while until you exit. So right here, prints out your choices. So you have one through four. If you choose one, it checks if your gold is equal to 10 or higher. If it is, it'll take 10 gold and add a potion to your inventory or your potion counts that the count of potions that you have, and then it'll print out how many potions this character has. If you don't have enough gold, so it's like under 10, it will print out this that you don't have enough gold. And then it'll break, and then your loops back into this. So it comes back here and asks for your choices. Um, Now, if you did two, it'll do the same thing. Check if your gold is 50 or above. If it is, it'll take 50 gold, and then it'll print out randomly one of the three choices for the weapons up here. And then it tells you you bought this certain weapon. So one of these three. Um, and then if you don't have 50, so or it's less than 50, it will tell you that you don't have enough gold. For the third option, it would be the same thing with the armor. I'll check if it has 50, take 50 gold, and then it'll print off from the options right here. So one of the three randomly, and then it'll tell you which one it is out of those three. And then if you don't have enough, it'll print out you don't have enough. Now, it'll keep, if you press four, then it'll say continue shopping will be false. So then it should end this loop. So we'll continue because it's true. And then if you have an invalid choice, it should print this out and then ask you to try again. So right here, oh yeah, this is the combat, and then this is the my code just to check to my CVS, uh, CVS CSV file from my Excel for my weapons and armor, and then yep. So that's a little bit of this main one. I have a couple of them for the codes right here. This would be my character code. So uh, how what they have is like the name, the max health, the health, and then the attack power, defense, gold, positions, and then sneak attack if it's true or false, and then the boss key, right? So if it's true, it'll give the boss key to the character, and they start off false here, and then he starts and sneak is true because he can do it once. Once it's false, then he can't do it anymore. Um, Again, this is be well, he's alive. If it goes under there, then he the game will end once his health reaches zero. Right here, this is how much the attack is taken for the character. It'll subtract the difference between the damage and the defense, and that will be the damage taken. So then it'll subtract it from his health, and then right there. But if it's equal, they won't take anything. If it's yeah. So right here is the potions, how much health the potion will give to the character, and then and it gives them plus 50, and then it'll take off the potion counts right there. So items, right now I wanted to add prices because eventually I want to do the store to able to collect items, like expand the inventory, give a little backpack, and then he can sell to the store. I kind of like that idea. Kind of was kind of working on it, and then I was running out of time, so I just kept it there, and then I kind of wanted to work on it to learn a bit more. And then the weapons and armors are just extensions to it, to that item class. The name, the rarities, and the status and effects. And that's just a little bit of my game. So thank you for listening, and yeah, that was good.